Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today we're going to open up the rest of these cards that I picked up in my last card searching video. We got these little vintage card pack selections here. We're going to go ahead and hop into these first. Tug McGraw, that might be actually one of the better players that we pull out of here. You can see this is probably just going to be a lot of commons. Only $2 for these cards. Not in the greatest of shape, but when you're from 1966, what can you expect here? Larry Durker, remember him being the pitching coach of maybe the Astros and some teams throughout just the last 5 to 10 years or so. Some players here that I'm not going to have a lot of background on just because they were obviously before I was born there in the 1966 season. Willie Kirkland there for the Senators, and then another Johnny Keane manager card. So that first little batch there was, what, 10 to 15 cards, $2, not bad. I'll take any batch of 1966 cards for $2. Pat Corrales, I think he ended up being a manager, maybe for Philadelphia back in the day. I don't know. Matty Alou, I remember him being more so as the dad of Moises Alou than as a player himself. Bobby Wine there for the Phillies. Newman, Mac Jones for the Braves. I like to have the kind of facsimile signatures there. There's old Al Downing at the old Yankee Stadium. So these are still just going to be pretty cool to have. Jim Nash, got an all-star rookie there for the Kansas City Athletics. I assume that's at Municipal Stadium, which has been torn down for a while. George Scott, another rookie. Oh, got a couple of him. So the second little batch, I can see why it was $4 here. Got quite a few more cards in this section. Rico Carty, a little bit of fading on that one. Elston Howard, there looks like he was a catcher for the Yankees. Gene Oliver for the Braves, and then Hal Lanier for the Giants. So there was batch number 2 from 1967. We're going to switch it up to 1968, a design that you see every so often being replicated in some of the archives and throwback cards. Gaylord Perry, there's not a bad one at all. Got a rookie stars there, Frank Peters and Ron Stone. Mel Stottlemyre, obviously a famous name and now a pitching coach. Bud Harrelson, is that Hawk Harrelson, the guy who's now the broadcaster for the White Sox? Maybe. Ron Swoboda, Nate Oliver, Brian Brown, Steve Farber, Jay Johnstone. So still just really cool to pick up Norm Cash there, not bad. A lot of these cards for super cheap. I really don't have a lot of vintage cards, even just common vintage cards like these in my collection because it's predates when I started collecting. We're going to move up here to 1969. Got a couple little batches here of 1969 cards. Both were $3. I don't know, I've mentioned this, there's Wilbur Wood. Mentioned this on my channel before that I pretty much started collecting in 1987. So anything that's pre-87 I really don't have a lot of, and 1969 would definitely qualify. Frank Howard qualify in that area there. So you see they've got some manager cards. Dave Duncan, look at young Dave Duncan. I know him more as the pitching coach for Tony La Russa with the Oakland Athletics and then with the St. Louis Cardinals. And then his son came up and played for the Cardinals for a while. And so seeing some of these guys, Seattle Pilots there, which obviously turned into the Mariners later, I believe. Or did they turn into the Brewers? I think maybe they went to the Brewers. But anyway, got some manager cards. You really don't see manager cards anymore. And so we've got one more of these. Chris Cannizzaro for the Pirates, and then Dave Baldwin for the Senators. One last batch here of 1969 tops. And that will kind of match. There we go. That'll kind of bring it into all these vintage cards that I picked up. There's the Pirates. Or the Pilots, excuse me. See, lots of duty with Seattle in 1969. So yeah. 1969 is when the Royals and the Seattle Mariners, I believe, came into existence as expansion teams. So maybe that is actually the Mariners. I'm getting it all confused. So, there's a Davey Johnson, a young Davey Johnson, who I don't remember much as a player at all, really. I know him more as the manager of the Orioles and then the Mets. It's kind of cool to see some of these guys who you've seen maybe or first learned of as managers or coaches when they were actually playing back in the playing days. A lot of these high and tight haircuts. Look at that. Army-style haircuts. Jose Tartabull there for the Red Sox. And, got a lot of creases there in old Mr. Walt Williams. Eddie Fisher, Bruce Look. We got, Tigers celebrating their World Series victory. 1968 World Series special. And then ended it up with Frank Johnson. So, overall, I don't know. That's a pretty nice chunk of cards. I think that was about a total of 12 plus 6, about $18 worth of cards there. Really cool just to pick up some vintage cards from the 60s because, like I said, I really don't have any in my collection at all. So let's go ahead and transition. Going to be sort of an odd transition here to Donruss soccer cards. Just saw these out in Walmart. 25 card value pack. I don't really know a lot about what type of players are going to be in here or if they have the licenses. I'm assuming they have the licenses there. Getting ready for the World Cup in Qatar. It says Road to the World Cup in 2022. We'll be looking for some green velocity and pink velocity parallels. We may just open up one of these packs here. We'll see how much time we have. And obviously my soccer knowledge is going to be pretty low on the totem pole compared to others. So if I mess up, I certainly do apologize. Oh, because it kind of has their country here, maybe instead of their club team. Hugo Lloris from France. He's the goalkeeper. Hazard there from Belgium, one of the better players. I know he is very, very good. Robin Gosens there for Germany. I'm going to butcher some names here, so I apologize. There's a Colombian player from Mexico, Diego Lainez. Ivan Perisic from Croatia. So they've got a picture of him there maybe with their club team. Argentina. Mbappe from France. I know he's one of the best players in the world. I've seen his jersey people have been wearing around, and I know he's like on the cover, I think, maybe of FIFA, so that's probably a really nice one. We got some upside down ones here. Barella for Italy. Pasalic from Croatia. And I guess these are on their national team jerseys. I was saying it was their club team jerseys, but it's not. There's a Portuguese player, Ibrahimovic. I know who he is. Extremely talented player. I think he was in the MLS maybe last year. We got a rookie here, rated rookie of Giacomo Raspadori for Italy. So our first rated rookie. Don't know much about him. Torres from Spain. Excuse me. Getting choked up here with these soccer players. Another rated rookie. Calvin Stings for the Netherlands. You can see the orange always gives it away for them. Sergio Ramos, veteran player there for Spain. I remember watching him in World Cups from the past, I don't know, probably 8 to 12 years. Another rated rookie from Poland, Jacob Moder. Cancelo there from Portugal. I've heard of him before. Maxi Gomez from Uruguay. And then it looks like we have some optic kind of chrome cards here to finish it off. The first one is Florian Neuhaus from Germany. We've got a Rodrigo Bentancur from Uruguay, a midfielder right there. And then we have, here's one of our parallels. Oh, those are really cool. Really cool parallel there. I'm assuming this is the green velocity variety. Dominic Calvert-Lewin from England. Don't know a lot about him, but that's a really cool card. The prism variety there, the pink velocity or green velocity. Then we have kind of this vintage stock, more the cardboard feel for Carlos Rodriguez from Mexico. The rookies. We'll have to see how he does. And then finishing it up, instead of Diamond Kings, we have Pitch Kings. Press proof here, Edson Alvarez from Mexico. So a couple of Mexican national team players there back to back. So there you have it, guys. I'll probably wrap up this video right there. I'll open up this other pack kind of off camera, and if I find anything really, really cool, I'll maybe post a highlight of it in a short or something. So thank you so much for watching me open up these cards from the antique store and from Walmart. If you do see these packs, these Donruss packs, I've seen them starting to float around now. I think they're like $6, $7 maybe for 25 cards. And if soccer is your thing, you're going to get quite a few pretty decent players and some pretty cool variety of cards there. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. See you.